So to get some more practice with the contrapositive, converse, and inverse, let's go ahead and translate some English sentences into these different ways that we could represent them. So as our very first example, let's go ahead and consider the following English sentence. So I'm going to take this English sentence right here, and I'm going to translate it into the contrapositive, the converse, and the inverse. To be able to do that, though, I first off have to find what the logical expression of this original statement is. So here I can see this little if right here. So I have basically two pieces. I am tired and getting less than 4 hours of sleep right here. And so the placement of this if right here tells me that this right here is going to be my P, and this right here is going to be my Q. So my original statement is going to be P implies Q right here. If I get less than 4 hours of sleep, then I am tired. Now, let's go ahead and see if we can't figure out ways that we could write out the contrapositive, converse, and inverse of this thing. So the first thing that I'm going to do is look at the contrapositive of this guy. So the contrapositive, not Q, implies not P right here. So how would that translate into an English sentence? So translating this into an English sentence right here, i.e., if I am not tired, then I did not get less than 4 hours of sleep. Or a better way to say that is I got at least 4 hours of sleep. If I am not tired, then I got at least 4 hours of sleep. And you can see from this example, just reading this English and that English right here, that the original statement and the contrapositive, they both are definitely logically equivalent to each other. Now let's go ahead and consider the converse and the inverse. So the converse of this particular statement right here is going to be Q implies P. So if I am tired, then I got less than 4 hours of sleep. So that's how we could translate this original English sentence into its converse. And you can see immediately that these are not logically equivalent to each other. If I'm tired, then I got less than 4 hours of sleep. Well, no, there could be some other reason why I'm tired, right? I could have just run a marathon or something like that. And lastly, let's consider the inverse. So the inverse here, I'm just going to stick in my knots. And how would this read as an English sentence? Not P. If I got at least 4 hours of sleep, then, not Q, then I am not tired. And here again, you can see that the inverse is not logically equivalent to our original statement right here for the same exact reason as before. If I got at least 4 hours of sleep, then I'm not tired. Well, that could not be the case because you could have just run a marathon. And you can also see how these English sentences emphasize that the converse and the inverse are logically equivalent to each other.